Number 6 in the notes and the shears, but is Makabah Patish. It's the mitzvah of Makabah Patish for the seeking of the Shir Mezuzah.
Baruch Hashem, we learned today, first of all agree, Zrizim Makdim and ASAP, like I say, as soon as possible, never delay putting up a mezuzah. A person should avoid being in a house without mezuzah. We'll soon see there's an issa, but definitely delay putting up mezuzah is losing a precious mitzvah every moment that goes by. But is there an issa living in a house without a mezuzah? Like there's an issa of using a keli that's not ketoivelt. This seems machlekes at poiskim. It's not in the earlier sources, but we do see it's not a full-fledged issa, because if there's no choice, you're allowed to stay in the house. If it's not the bailim, other people could stay in the house, so it must be more preventive measure not to stay in the house. But you can't say it's an issa d'Rabbanan. It's not a treifa house. It's lacking the mitzvah. Most poiskim seem to be noita not to allow a guy to put up a mezuzah. Besides that, you lose the bracha if the guy puts it up, but it could be not even yoitza. It's not a kviyas, so it's basically you have to take it down and put it up again. We don't ask a cotton on Shabbos to put back mezuzah, or even during the week, because he's too young. And besides that, under bar mitzvah, his kviyas is not a kviyas. Mezuzah is typically not muktzah, even though you can't use it in the literal sense, but it's not it's a mitzvah that can be used, and it's not chasar and kis, even though it is chasar and kis, but Chazal waived chasar and kis as kis v'ya kodesh. Certainly if it's on the floor, you're allowed to pick it up. You should pick it up. If it was attached to the entire bein hashmashas, there is a tzad that is taka muktzah. But again, if there's no reason to touch it, taka leave it if it's resting comfortably in a nice place. But certainly b'shas atchak, we could assume that it's like any other heter that was bein hashmashas attached, and you can be mekel b'shas atchak. Shemus on the floor, which is illegible, is not so pashit. If it's anyway usable, then it's not muktzah in the first place. To touch a mezuzah, to move a mezuzah that moves slightly, that's not a problem. Touching is never a problem with muktzah. Only tilt moving is asa, but not negiyah. Attaching a case is a serious issa deraisa. Even idiakum shouldn't be done. If there's a groove in the mezuzah, you slip in the doorpost, and you could slip the mezuzah in, or if you could slip the mezuzah into the existing case, most are mekel. There's no problem of tikkun or any other problem whatsoever. Better do that than to have a geis put it on, because that probably is not a ma'aseh mitzvah. If a mezuzah fell off entirely, then you make a new bracha when you put it back. If it's still hanging partially, there's a svara saying not to make a bracha, and the mezuzah that falls on the floor, there's no chiyuv to fast. Okay. Go ahead. What was the date? Oh, thank you. Okay. What? Good.